Hello everyone and welcome back to the 3T Path channel. My name is Giridhari, and today I want to give you 6 laws to live a life without procrastination and with lots of harmony and joy. These are things that I do and work for me, and they can work for you. So here we go. First thing, the first law is to create habits. Be a scheduled, habituated person. In the good sense. Know exactly what you're going to do on Mondays, on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays, 7 days of the week. Know exactly what you're going to do. I'm recording this video on the exact same day. I always record videos. At the same time, I always record videos. I know what I'm doing this afternoon after I'm done with this. I know what I'm doing tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I have my life scheduled out for me. That means that I don't have to think about things like, oh, should I go work out now? Oh, I don't really feel like working out. No, it's scheduled. I'm going to work out. I'm working out today. Monday, I work out on Monday. I work out on Wednesday. I know what I'm going to do. What kind of workout am I going to do? Oh, Wednesday, I'm going to do rowing. On that day, I'm going to do strength training. So I know what I'm going to do. It's scheduled. I won't leave it to like, oh, do I feel like doing it or not? Because probably I won't feel like doing it. I'd rather just sit around or something. But no, it's scheduled. Things like going shopping. I know exactly when I'm going shopping. I go shopping on Tuesdays and Saturdays because I don't want to like think, oh, should I go shopping today? Oh no, I ran out of this stuff because I didn't. Just schedule it. Have it all scheduled out. Optimize it. Like what's the best day, the best time for this, for that, and everything is nicely scheduled. So when you do that, your mind becomes free from the process of decision, which is actually a energy consuming process. Deciding isn't so easy. So if it's pre-decided, it's much better. You might have even heard about this, but like high level people like Steve Jobs and Obama, these people like don't even like choose their outfit. They have like the same clothes. You might have seen the people like wearing the same clothes every day. Or they would have like the week scheduled out. This is the tie I'm wearing Tuesdays. Because they don't want to think about what clothes to wear. Because even that like drains your energy. Like, oh, what should I wear? This t-shirt or that t-shirt, black or white. It's like, you don't want to have to deal with these things. Don't waste time. Just have like the whole thing scheduled out. Everything's prepared. So you don't waste time with these things. And you can focus on actually being present while you're doing things. But not what you're going to do, but doing it, you're present and you're fully there. So that allows you also to not be victim of procrastination because like this is the day I'm doing this thing. I don't want to work out, but this schedule, you're going to go. Don't think about it. Just do it. And like you don't not do work because no, it's scheduled. This is the time I sit down and do this work. I'm not going to wait for like, oh, I feel like doing it. You will see this from like great authors like Stephen King. They'll just like, nope, I just sit down. It's like work. I just sit down and I have to do 2 hours of writing. It's like, I don't wait until you're inspired. You just sit down, write, and then, it's going to work out. And then you can edit, you can make it better the next day, but you have to work. You have to sit down and write at that time for so many hours. So whatever you do, just do it. Have it planned, have it programmed. Know when you're working out. I know what time I'm going to sleep. I know what time I'm going to wake up. What I'm going to be doing, what kind of work I'm going to be doing each day, what period of the day. Have it all worked out previously. And then you'll see you won't be a victim of procrastination or doubt. Or did I do the right thing? Should I be doing something else? And you're doing something like, I'm doing this, but maybe you should. No, just have it all figured out and standardized. So that's very important. It really works. You can just do so much more. When you look back, you've accomplished everything you wanted to do because it was all programmed. Everything's, up to date. You didn't leave anything behind because you figured it out the best way to do it. So that's very important. 2, this is a huge one. Never act out of desire, but act only out of purpose. This is the main message of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. This is the message I try to transmit here in my work regularly to you. this huge change in life when you stop acting for what's called kama, desire, and you start acting for dharma. So your actions and your priorities are based on purpose, on living who you really are, your dharma, and not on fleeting, superficial desires. You'll have pleasure just the same. You have more pleasure living your dharma than just chasing after desires, which is like a fascinating aspect of life, because you think like if I chase desires I'll be happy, but no, you'll be crazy and frustrated. And if you actually just live a life of purpose, of dharma, then you'll be happy and you have pleasure. It might be not seem counterintuitive, but actually that's how it works. So it's very important to program when you're programming your life, your day, your year, your life, it's all based on dharma, not based on desire. Now, the third law is very important. If you want to have harmony and happiness in life, you have to get this third law right. And this is the balance of your different dharmas. Now, in the 3T path, I teach about the 7 dharmas, 7 categories of dharma, which I'll present here briefly. And when you balance them out, then your life is in harmony. So let's look at these 7 dharmas quickly. The first dharma is your vocational dharma. It's that dharma, it's that work that most suits your psychophysical nature. What did you come here to do? Are you good at like artistry, working with your hands? Are you good with making money, deal making? Are you good with administration and commanding people? Or are you good with intellectual work? Which one suits you most? And of course, you say, oh, I like doing all of them. Yeah, but which one can you not help doing? Which one is your biggest strength? And it's something you have to figure out. And a lot of people have no idea. And so you've watched this, you're like, I have no idea, it's everything. It's because we don't give attention to these things. We've based our life on kama, on desire. So people go out and choose careers and they're thinking, what's gonna make me money? What's gonna bring me fame? What's easy? What's cool? These are all kama, these are all desires. They weren't thinking of, who am I? What's my nature? What's most true to me? So people don't think about that. So that's a tough one. So don't worry too much about vocational dharma for now. It's a tough one, but it's something you should find out. Second is your natural dharma. That means taking care of this, of your body. So the natural dharma means diet, sleep, exercise, and also just enjoying yourself, having, spare time to have fun. So these things are part of your natural dharma. So you need time, you need to put energy to fulfill these demands. And natural dharma takes most of your day because you need 7 to 9 hours just to sleep. Then you have to eat, and then you need exercise, and you want to have some fun, relax. So that takes a lot of your time. So that will require you to schedule that in very nicely in your week, in your day, in your year. So that's your natural dharma. Third is your occupational dharma. What work do you do? Your work. Of course, we want occupational dharma to be aligned with our vocational dharma. So we want to make sure that what we're working on is what we actually is our nature to work on. And so this is something you can aim to transition if you're not doing occupational dharma aligned with your vocational dharma. This is something you can do a more long-term transitioning to see how can I transition towards living my true vocational calling, my true vocational dharma. So you want to do those things. 4 is your personal dharma. All your relationships, every relationship you have, your position as mother, father, brother, sister, son, daughter, grandfather, even neighbor, work colleague, all these different relationships, they all require your attention. These are part of your personal dharma. So you need to put energy to make sure those things are being properly fulfilled, that you're honoring your position in those relationships, that you're honoring your role as father, mother, brother, sister, son, whatever, that you're honoring those roles properly. So that's your personal dharma. And then you have fifth, your community dharma. You live in a building or in a neighborhood, you're part of a state, part of a country. So what is your role in that community? How can you make that community better? What's your responsibility within that community? It's a beautiful thing. We get a very nice sense of community dharma. In some countries, much more than in other countries. If you travel and live around, you'll pick that up. And it makes a huge difference. So community dharma is very important. And then you have universal dharma, number 6, which is beyond your community. Just like the whole planet, beyond just the humans in your community, what about the humans all over the planet? And now beyond the humans, what about all living beings? So the whole planet, it's ecological thinking in terms of the planet as a whole. What can I do to reduce my impact on the planet, my negative impact on the planet? And of course, one of these things we do in the 3T path is to stop eating animals by reducing and eliminating eventually all animal consumption. You enormously help not only the whole planet, but also your natural dharma, because it's much healthier for you. So you can do yourself a great service by gradually eliminating animals from your diet. So that will help you in your universal dharma and your natural dharma. And then lastly, but certainly not least, you have your spiritual dharma. Who are you? Your self-realization, the necessity for us to live a full spiritual life, to use this rare human life to develop our spirituality fully as much as we can, because this is our only chance. This is the only life on planet Earth, the only kind of life where you can develop your spirituality fully, which you can't do when you're incarnated in other bodies of non-humans here on the planet. You can't do it. So this is your chance. It's very important, and it's so fulfilling. It gives you so much pleasure, so much just bliss to work on this. It's the most important thing. So your spiritual dharma. Now, you have these 7 dharmas. So when you're scheduling your day, when you're scheduling your week, when you're doing your long-term planning, what you want to do is make sure you have these 7 in balance, that you're taking care of all 7. You don't want to drop any. If you drop any, you'll suffer. Even if you spend a few days not taking care of all 7, you will feel something bad. Your body will suffer, your mind will suffer. It's that delicate. And the more you balance out these 7 dharmas, the more you feel harmony and joy in your life. For example, you don't want to just work and not have time to see your kids growing up. That brings enormous suffering, enormous mental, disequilibrium. You suffer with that. Or maybe you just want to have fun and you don't go to sleep. You just want to keep watching the series or playing video games and you don't sleep. That creates imbalance. You don't want to do that. You don't want to get some job that makes you money but completely violates your vocational dharma. That gives you suffering. And of course, as a planet, we're all suffering because we didn't pay enough attention to universal dharma, to the planet, to the forest and animals. And now we're suffering. Climate change. So you suffer when you don't have balance. And you certainly don't want to go through life without developing your spirituality, without working on meditating and praying and studying and asking yourself, who am I? And is there God? What is God like? You don't want to go through life without doing these things, because then you feel an emptiness. When death comes, you're going to be like, oh no, what's this? I don't know what's going on. So we want to balance or 7 dharmas. Very important. Okay, now here's law number 4. Don't do everything you can do. Do only those things you should do. This is very important. Because as you see, we have these 7 dharmas. There's a lot to do. You want to put energy into your 7 dharmas. So if you're doing something that you can do, but you shouldn't do, that's going to take your time and energy away from your 7 dharmas. That's going to just be a waste of time. That's going to bring you suffering. So learn to say no. Don't keep doing other people's things just because you can. Don't do their dharmas. Let them do their dharmas. Don't you go doing somebody else's dharma, because you've got your own dharmas to take care of. And also, don't keep creating more things to do. Don't just pack your life with things. Don't keep like assuming different, things to do. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to start doing this now, and oh yeah, I'll do that, and I'll see you then. Just do less, because you need more time. So don't take on things when you already have a full plate. Just as in when you eat too much, your body suffers with overdigestion, your life is like that as well. Don't try to get too much. Leave time to take care of your 7 dharmas nicely. And this leads to law number 5, which is that having free time is part of your natural dharma. It's a duty you have. Having fun is your duty. You need time for just taking it easy, for having fun, doing something you like, you enjoy, just because you enjoy, and not doing anything even. Just leaving blank spaces in your agenda. Learn to leave blanks. A scheduled blank. Okay, from this day on, I've got nothing scheduled, and I won't schedule anything for that day. Leave it free. So then when that day, you have that sense of freedom is important. That's part of your natural dharma. Leave blank spaces programmed into your day, into your week. Leave some blank spaces so you can be free, and then you'll do whatever. Oh, I feel like doing this. I'm going to read. I'm just going to sit here and think. I'm going to walk. Whatever. Just leave it free. Nothing scheduled. Leave free space. Free up your agenda. Don't create. Don't keep assuming new things. And leave free slots in your agenda. And lastly, 6. The 6th law is, to be able to do all this, you need to be able to see your dharma. You need to have mental clarity to make the right decisions, to feel what your dharmas are, to experience the balance and harmony between the dharmas, to see what's going on. You need mental clarity. And there's 2 things for mental clarity. The first one is your daily emotional cure. So I tell my students they need to have their daily emotional cure. Because have you seen, like, sometimes you get this notification on your phone, oh, you have these apps running in the background, and they're just consuming your battery. They're not doing anything for you, but they're consuming your battery. Or sometimes you go check out your computer, and there's all these things in the background running, consuming your processing power and your memory space. You're like, what's all this stuff? And sometimes you switch them off because you need more. Emotional stuff is like that. The emotional things you don't deal well with. They stay open in the background. And you don't see them. You can't tell they're there. Just like you on your phone, you don't see any apps running, but they're running in the background. These things are running in the background. And they're consuming your energy. And they're making your vision more blurred. It's like a noise. It's like static. And you can't see things well, you can't understand things well, you don't make good decisions because this stuff is in the background consuming you. So you have to take care of these things. You have to do the process in the 3T path. There are several different techniques we use for emotional cure. You have to have this, and I tell my students, just do it every day because new stuff comes up every day. So make sure you're emotional management is up to date. And then the second thing is your lifestyle. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about the sattvic lifestyle, living in sattva. And that's very important. The sattvic lifestyle, which includes the type of foods you eat, the type of people you hang out, the type of things you watch, cleanliness, there's all these different components to it. But your sattvic lifestyle is so important to give you this mental clarity that you need to see all these things and deal well with your mind. So these things are very important. Okay, so those are the 6 laws which I use and work so well, and anybody can use them, and I highly recommend them. And this is going to push away procrastination. This is going to give you harmony and joy in your life. So the 6 laws are: 1, make your whole week well planned. Be habitual. Do things in the same day at the same time. Have it all scheduled out. Know exactly what your week looks like from Monday to Sunday. You know, what are your activities, what you're doing, what times you're doing, and make it habitual so you don't waste time thinking about what to do. 2, make sure you never act out of desire, but always act out of purpose. 3, when you're acting out of purpose, out of dharma, make sure you balance out all your purposes, because you have 7 dharmas. You have 7 categories of dharma to balance out. Make sure you balance them out. That's how you're going to see if your life is going well, if you can balance out your 7 dharmas. 4, don't do everything you can do, but instead do what you should do. Make sure you're focused and you stick to your dharmas, and you don't do stuff that's not part of your dharmas, that's not in harmony with who you are. 5, entertainment and free time is one of your duties. It's part of your purpose. So make sure you leave blank spaces, programmed, empty slots of your day, of your week, and make sure you take care of, of having fun is part of your duties. And then 6, develop mental clarity by having daily emotional cure and living a sattvic lifestyle. So that's it for now. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and you can have a wonderful rest of your life if you follow these 6 laws. And if you have any questions, you can leave your questions below. And I hope you enjoyed this video.